Hi, good evening, everybody. Um, I wanted to just make a really quick video about how to cope with the energy shifts that are happening because there's a whole bunch of them happening right now, and I'm sure you can feel them and the intensity of them. For those who are definitely far into like the awakening process, and I know that sounds like, so um, new age or whatever you want to call it. But the awakening process simply just means that you're shedding your old um, ideas of who you are and all those old the old conditioning and patterns you have from childhood wounds, and you do like really hard. You do your core wound healing, anything from past lives, like trauma or karma or anything like that. That you're clearing. You start to awaken to who you are and what our purpose is here on Earth, and really how to feel whole and oneness and happiness and love, true unconditional love for self. So that's like the awakening process. For those of you who are far into your healing and have already been doing this a lot, you will definitely feel all the energy shifts. Um, and then the intensity is quite high. And I'm feeling incredibly exhausted right now because a lot of the stuff that's going on right now, and it's hard to maintain high energy levels when and plus you do your job, you're working, um, or doing whatever it is that you're doing in your life. So to maintain, you know, happy and light energies with all that can be very difficult. Um, So here are some things that I wanted to point out while these energy things, these shifts are happening, or energy flows and downloads and all those kinds of things. One thing to remember is that you're going to have a lot of moments where you're going to be feeling all kinds of emotions and you're going to have no clue where they're coming from. So you can be having like bouts of sadness, and or just like anger and rage all of a sudden, like from nowhere, and it's like you're like, why am I feeling like this? I had such a good day at work, and or whatever you did on that day, and you might have had like such a great day, or you're just like so relaxed and everything's great, and then you just like all of a sudden I just have all these feelings and emotions just like coming out, and you're confused why you're feeling like that. Okay, so one thing you need to do is just sit back and just remember that it's because of these energy shifts that are happening. What's happening is that it's actually helping us to release all these old patterns and wounds. They're releasing. And so what's happening is that anything that you're holding within, um, even in traditional Chinese medicine, they believe that we hold our emotions in different parts of our body, in different organs and things like that. So essentially it works like that's how it works with your energy. So anything from the past that we hold on to, any wounds, are held in different parts, like knots. They're knots. We're all energy. Everything's energy. So it's all little knots held in your body in some place. So they're being released during these energy shifts. And so they're just coming to the surface. So the best thing you can do is let them out, feel the emotions. Just take a few deep breaths and just pop in some of your favorite tunes if you want. Lay down on a couch, um, and drink a lot of water. That will really help with the process. Avoid caffeinated drinks and high sugar drinks. Just any sugary drinks. Don't drink sugary drinks at all. And just drink a lot of water during this time, and just allow the feelings to come through. Just realize that they're not like exactly your emotions. They're just things that have to be, they're coming through, coming up the pipe or whatever however you want to say it. So just allow the feelings to come through, allow the emotions to come through. You're not that rage, that anger. It's not what you're feeling. It's not how your mind is at the moment or anything like that. They're just literally emotions that are being released. Just allow them to come through. Just allow it. Don't block them. Don't stifle them. Don't whatever. Just do whatever you have to do to let them come out. If you feel like you need to cry, then cry. Cry and just like sob it out. And just be really gentle with yourself and just ease into it. Ease into it, because I know that it can be quite tough and that it could be very draining and it could be very confusing, especially when you're just like you could have just like had such an amazing day and then all of a sudden like bam, out of nowhere you're like feeling this intense like what the hell, like so just being able to recognize it is really important, so that you can understand what's happening, and that's all. So those are ways that you can help cope with those energy shifts, is grounding. Take a shower just to clear out all the energy. And just when you take a shower, envision gold light just showering over you. And it's just like clear all that like low level frequencies and densities, like just clear it away. If you want to do some saging, you can do that. Or get some Reiki healing done from somebody. If you live in the Toronto area, you can book an appointment with me. I do Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, so I do energy healing. But yeah, just go for a walk if you can. If you live near nature, go for. If you live near the woods or forests, I should say, go for a walk. Go for a walk where there's trees, and just help to feel grounded. Grounding yourself during these energy shifts is really, really important, because, like I said, it can get quite intense. It can get quite overwhelming. It can get like really, really draining, and it can get really heavy sometimes. And so just be easy on yourself and be kind, and just just realize that you're not feeling those things, that they're not yours, you're not carrying those emotions, they're just being released. That's all that's happening. It's during all these shifts, they're being released. Allow them to flow through, and just rest a lot. You're gonna find that you're gonna want to spend a lot of your time alone, which is great, because you need to rest and recuperate. You need to get into a lot of quiet spaces more frequently, but don't isolate yourself too much. You want to be around people who will also raise your vibration. You'll definitely be a lot more selective with who you want to hang out with, which is obviously important, um, for everyone, because you know how energy affects us, especially sometimes when you don't have a choice, depending on like where you work and things like that. Any other thing that you're going to notice for when these energy shifts are happening, as things progress, and as the more healing you do, and the more connected you are with self and your higher self, the less tolerant you will be of things that are not authentic or true, things that aren't vibrating at your vibration, you things that are like false. Anything that is false and lacks authenticity and integrity and things like that, you will find that you will have no tolerance for those things anymore. And whereas in the past you would have you would have let it slide, you would have been totally chill with those situations or people or whatever it is, you're going to find that as you progress through this, that you are not going to tolerate any of it anymore. You're going to be like so irritated by it, like so much, so much so, and even though you'd want to like ignore it and try not to like let it bother you, or um, you just want to be like, you wish you can just disregard it and not let it bother you. But the truth is that it's going to bother you a lot. And it's because you're now, it's like you've removed like the glasses, not the glasses, but the blindfold. You don't have the blindfold anymore. You can see very clearly. You can see through things very easily. The veil, you can see through the veil. The veils have been lifted, and you can recognize the truth much more easily. Your discernment for who is genuine and who is not genuine, and for all those kinds of things, it's just going to be much better now. And so, because of that, and because of how much, while you're going through your healing, how much you value yourself now, and how much you want to protect your peace and your energy, you're not going to tolerate situations or people around you who are going to challenge that, and who are going to take away from that, who are going to lower that, who are just not vibing that vibe, who are not vibing that frequency. You are just not going to tolerate anymore. It's going to feel very like mucky and like it's just not going to feel pleasant. It's not going to feel pleasant to be that. And you'll, in the beginning, you might try to ignore it because they could have been situations or things that you've always done, and now you just can't anymore. You can't, and you can't ignore it anymore. It's just going to be very strong, those feelings, and those, you won't be able to ignore them. So you're going to have to figure out a way to honor them, honor your feelings, and to really stand in your power and your truth, because it's important. It's important to be authentic and to really allow your growth to happen. And in order for that to happen, you have to make choices and decisions in your life that are going to benefit you and your soul growth. So so you're just going to have less tolerance for that, and you're not a bad person for that. It's the truth is that you probably should have never had tolerance for that from the beginning of time. Like from the get-go, you should have never had tolerance for any of that. But you probably didn't have like boundaries, and you probably didn't have that value, self-value, and worth, and things like that before your awakening. But once you're like shifted into that, you really start to connect with self and have like that unconditional love with self. And so as your value goes higher, the less crap you tolerate, because you know your worth, you know your value, and you're vibrating at a much higher frequency of love and light. And so when people are threatening that by the way they treat you, or when situations are very negative and they impact you in a very negative way, and just like just unload all this negative energy onto you, you're just not going to tolerate anymore. You're going to stand up for yourself more. You're going to remove yourself or situations or people out of your field, and you're going to gravitate towards the ones that are more whole, more authentic, more love vibration. That's what you're going to gravitate. And if you don't have those existing in your life, they will come into your life. They will start to come into your life. But in order for that to happen, the other things need to be removed, because if there's no room for that, like if this is energy, if this, like I said about the other video I made, if this is your field, your box, those other things are going to come to your life. If you still have all the negative things in your life, they're just not going to come into your life. Anyway, so there's definitely going to be, this is just going to keep getting stronger and stronger, all these energy shifts. It's very exciting, amazing things to look forward to. So anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video because I know that I was like struggling with it a little bit this evening, and I had a really good day today, and lots of laughing. It was quite Excuse me. I had a long day. I'm very tired. It's late, and I just had to make this video because I knew that it was important. But yeah, and then I ended up having like when I got home from work, I ended up all of a sudden feeling like so much rage and like I was so aggravated and irritated, like so much, and I was like, and I was like, what the hell's wrong with me? um, and I didn't understand why I was feeling like that when I was just in such a great mood, like all pretty much all day. So I was just really confused, like why I was feeling like that. But anyways, I feel fine right now. I feel very calm and chill. But I wanted to make this video and let you guys know what to expect, what to do to cope with that, and just remember it's all a process, and just to go easy on yourself and just to really, really feel, let those emotions like flow through and just release them. Just breathe. Just breathe. It's all going to be okay, I promise you. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful evening or a wonderful day and do something really, really special that would like you would really, really enjoy to make yourself feel good and to pamper yourself because you deserve it and you're a wonderful, beautiful person. So have a wonderful night. I will talk to you guys soon. Love and light. Okay. Bye.